Welcome. This is a quick tutorial on how to make the teleporter do a fade in and fade out instead of just fade to black like the standard teleporter does here in the FPS Game Starter Kit. Instead of this effect, we want it to go fade in and fade out. So, first thing we're going to do is duplicate SB's teleporter. We're going to go SB with fader. And then we're gonna make a user interface widget blueprint, and we're gonna call it v-fader, just like Darth Vader. And we're gonna put an image there, and we can put the Z order to make sure it's above everything else, and stretch it out. 0, 0, 0, the hero. And we're gonna put the brush color and opacity utter darkness, and it's gonna start with 0 render opacity, so that's our fade in animation, and we're gonna just use one animation for this and play it in reverse for fade out. So we're gonna call it fade. Okay, let's stretch this a bit. So what we want to do is press this little keyframe here, and that marks the spot. And we're gonna use 1 second mark, and we're gonna do render opacity 1. And that's our animation. Alright, that is it from here. Just make sure that the image is render opacity 0 again when you release the animation. Compile and save. Now in here, what we're gonna do is drag out the fade, get the fade animation, and animation with finished event. That's what we want. A widget, make sure to do a self-check, self-reference, and we're playing forward, playback speed. You could adjust this. Actually, let's make that a variable, so when you spawn this you can adjust the playback speed. And it's gonna be editable, and it's gonna be exposed on spawn. Alright, so when this widget is constructed, it will shoot the animation. So it's gonna fade to dark, and after it's done, we're gonna say delay, and we're gonna make another exposed variable, and we're gonna say fade delay. So between the two delays, I want it to stop a bit, to have the screen go dark. And then we're gonna just copy and paste everything here, and we're gonna say reverse, and once this is done, we want it to destroy itself. And that is our fade animation logic here. Compile, save, and we're done with this. Now in the copy that we made of the teleporter, we want to remove this one, the default fade to black, and instead of that we want to do create widget. It's gonna be the fader. You can assign the controller if you want. It's not really necessary here, but anyway, add the viewport, and there you go. Compile, save, and let's try it out. Oh, we have to place them, of course. We can delete these two. Yeah. The error message was because they have reference to each other. And don't forget to reference them again. But you have to change the reference too. Because now this is where's the connected teleporter is not BP teleporter, but it has to be BP teleporter with fader instead. Okay. It's gonna pop out some errors. Just drag out the same things. Get arrow. Is everything okay now? Compile, save. That should be fine. Okay, let's see. Yes, now we can pick the reference. And let's try this. And now the problem is the speed. We are teleported sooner than the animation is done. Which means either increase this delay or increase the speed at which it fades. So if 1 second is speed at 1, I think if we increase it by 5, 5 should be 0.2. There we go. I think for a better effect we can play around with these values. So it's 0.22 is 1 divided by 4, so the speed is 4 here now. And we can the fade delay, let's put it to 0. There we go. Fade in, fade out. Since it's going a bit fast, let's put this delay to 1, so it takes 1 second to teleport, just so we see the fading happening here. It's a bit fast. And the speed to 1. Okay, fade in, fade out. Nice. Okay, that works. As I say, you can play around with these values. I would let this at 25, and 1 divided by 4 comes to that. Or you could do, in this case, 1 divided by 5, and then you have a half a second for the fade delay, and that should still come to this. Yeah, a bit too long. Let's say like this. Ah, that looks nice. Alright, that's about it. That's a teleporter with a fade in, fade out effect instead of the to black effect. Thanks for watching, and laters.